Well, I have to start by saying that my mother was a nurse and she was a sister in what was then called intensive care, the ICU units now. And back in those days, her rotas tended to be eight or 12 weeks of night duty, but her night duty always fell around Christmas. Because my mum was a sister, she was responsible for the rotas. So she deliberately took that shift because she knew a lot of people would want off.
Wow, so she took one for the team.
Yeah. But Christmas Day was always, well, it was the excitement of Christmas Eve night and not getting to sleep and all that. And then waking up early in the morning, I would then go, I have one sister, so I would have gone in to see if she was awake. And then if she was awake, we would have gone down to the living room to see if Santa had come. So you would kind of poke your head around the corner, around the door, and the presents would be there. Oh, great. But then we had to go, yes, but then we had to go back to bed. We had to wait for Mum to come home. She should have been home about maybe 8:30.
Okay.
So then at that stage, then it was right. I mean, we would have been up and dressed, but okay, yes. Now we can open our presents. So there's always that sense of excitement, and then yes, it's happened, but we still have to wait.
That must have been agony as a child, the gap between getting a quick glimpse of the presents and being able to actually open them. I'm sure that seemed like 10,000 years.
Well, actually, I don't have any memory of that. I think it's because that was the norm. We never had Christmas dinner because Mum was sleeping.
Would have gone to sleep. Yeah.
So she would have maybe got up about 4:00, which meant that we had all day to play with whatever toys and etc. that we got. The one that really sticks with me was called the Amazing Magic Robot. You had this, it was a little model robot with a pointer. So you put the robot in the first circle and you could turn the robot around to point to a question. So the robot was surrounded by these questions. Then you would lift the robot up, put it into the second circle, and the robot would spin around and point to the correct answer.
Okay, amazing and magical indeed.
Yes, well, it was. I mean, I'm guessing I was maybe 9, 10 at the time. This thing, how does this thing do this? So, and I have a memory of actually taking it with me to my grandmother's to show her, because it was like, Granny, would you see this? You know, and everybody sitting around the table trying to figure out, how does this thing do this?
Brilliant. Is there any chance that the anticipation of the gap between glimpsing the presents and opening the presents actually heightened the excitement? And
it probably did. I mean, it kind of rolls over now, because I actually enjoy that kind of, you know, I could sit and wait for an hour just to open a present, you know, because it's just like, wow, you know, and it heightens that sense of anticipation. So that's probably just a roll-on from that.
Completely. So gift giving now for you is always tied up with that little anticipation of not just instantly tearing it. Yeah.
No. I would find that, I find that terribly frustrating. People just get in and rip it open.
Too fast, too soon.
You don't enjoy the moment.